Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back again to DJ NDG in the Groove 214's channel. I am. This will be on all my social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm going to share with you today, December the 14th, 2024. We're just under 1 p.m. here, Dallas, Texas time. That I just got through. Basically getting all of my folders analyzed, and just to give you a heads up on how much music we're talking about. First of all, let me check my. Okay, cool. So I have more than enough space on my C drive. So this is my folder right here. My. Let me see if we can zoom in. Well, down. All right, so we're gonna have to leave it this way. So, anyways, that's my E drive, which is weird. I don't know why it changes to D, or it's got to do something with the port. But right at 462 is what we're looking at. As far as like let me see, we can zoom this in. 462 terabytes. So right under 5 terabytes of music is what I'm dealing with, what I've been working with, and I have a mixture of a lot of stuff, and it's cool. And I selected some cue points because all of this I'm actually redoing everything. I'm redoing it. So just to give you an example, because there's a lot of people that are saying that they can't snap to wherever they want to snap to. Well, look, I'm here to prove otherwise. Snapping. What you need to do, go to settings, go to library, I believe. Is it library? There's got to be something here. Wait a minute. No. I'm giving you wrong information. All right, so you will go here to your to the drives section, which it opens up at the far bottom left hand corner, right above the what's called the sync manager. You open up your drives, and whatever drive is here is gonna come out. So you'll see a symbol that has like a human being symbol, a person symbol. You click on it, and this is where you get all your information for here. To do what I just got through doing on the Q loop quantization, I have it at 1/8. If you do it anywhere else, it's gonna do the jump: a quarter, a half, 1 beat, 4 beats, whatever. Um, and then obviously, I mean, if you don't know, you're gonna know the trigger and the momentary for the hot cue. Trigger, obviously, I mean, it's what it is. A trigger, you trigger it whenever you press on it, and it'll play. If it's momentary, you gotta hold it down, and it'll play. I don't ever do the smart loops because I mean it screw ups all the rest of my loops, whatever. The saved loop behavior reloop. I don't really like doing that because I mean by accident you might forget and it'll stay there and it'll screw up whatever type of deal that you got going on. And everything else, I mean, you can pretty much figure out on your own. But that's how you do that, okay? Again, we're working on version 2.3.2 right now. And we actually have a newer version, which I actually downloaded, which is, what is it? The 2.4. Okay, so we're going to do this on both. I'm going to do the engine first, and then I'll do my prime later because I mean I still have to go through my sound switch and get everything situated there. So when you do this, go to your C drive instead of your main drive so that you can eject. Make sure there's no job running. The eject symbol, bam. Once you're doing the eject, it should say that it's ejecting. It'll ask you. Oh, okay, so it says that it's currently in use, and sure enough, I think it is in use. Okay, so let me go over here to where On the side of it, you'll see where it has files, your Serato, and everything else. Go to files. You're gonna go all the way up. Make sure you're not using your drive. That way it's not in use, because it's not in use. If it is in use, like here, I'm thinking that's why I was saying it was in use, because I had it up there. Then you can go ahead and proceed, and there should be nothing stopping you from ejecting your drive the proper way. That's how you eliminate getting any kind of quote and unquote corruption. Engine OS is very, very bad about that. And I know a lot of people that use Pioneers and other types of devices or whatever, Macs. You are just used to excuse me, disconnecting your USB cables. Not with PCs. I don't know. I could be wrong. Could be also with Mac, but no, not with PCs. So you let everything run its course. You let everything do its job, and patience is a virtue. Depending on how big or small your library will depend on what's going on or what. But my drive is no longer there, and I think that it's okay. It's still here. So at least on my PC, I've been having this computer, my laptop, my PC running for, I don't know, maybe about a good solid week in doing my libraries. But mind you, it's been off and on. If you do the libraries the way that you're supposed to, especially for something that as big as like what I got, then it's not gonna take that long, obviously. All right, so just let me do a little bit of cleaning here, and we'll go ahead and proceed. So yeah, if you can see this, it says 6 terabytes worth of is how big this drive is, my external. So let's go ahead and proceed with doing the other update. So for you to know which one is which, you go to the Engine DJ release. That's for your PC, your laptop. The updater, that's gonna be for your device. On mine's it says Prime 4 because that's what I'm using. That's what I have. And then you agree, you install. Mine's always gonna ask you because I have it set up that way. Some might not. And I actually have decent Wi-Fi internet connection that actually has internet. There's a lot of stuff in regards to streaming, and the only way that streaming works, you have to actually have a stable internet Wi-Fi connection. And there's a lot of places, a lot of venues where one can go access the free internet, or Wi-Fi, whatever. And yeah, you'll connect to the Wi-Fi, but unfortunately, you won't have any internet, which sucks. Defeats the purpose. So I used to take my T-Mobile home internet devices with me and use it as a MiFi spot. But if you use T-Mobile, Verizon, for me, for instance, I can use their hotspot and everything is good. So I mean, there's nothing that's gonna hinder that. All right. So once that we've already finished, you'll go ahead and go into launching. Okay, so this is what happened. It got replaced. All right, cool. All right, so since I have it here on my actual screen, I'm gonna go ahead and put this and put it to pin to taskbar. I'll move this over. Well, damn, it already started. It's showing that we're on 2.4 already. But I was gonna go ahead and move this over to where all the rest of my stuff is. And I don't know why my Serato is not on there. I think I redid my Serato as well. I'm gonna launch Serato in a little bit. Let me see where we're at on this. Properties. Well, damn, it's not gonna show me what version I have. At least with virtual DJ, you don't have to move nothing around. And I can go through everything else that I have on here later on. All right, so it's gonna be a while for it to go through all of my tracks. Like I said, I have almost 5 terabytes worth, but we're gonna do this in real time. Just so we can get all the BS out the way with a lot of people complaining and stuff like that, that, hey, this ain't working for me, or, whatever the case may be. I think it's just a lot of impatient people, or a lot of lazy people, or a lot of ignorant people, or a mixture of everything, where it's like you have to be patient with everything. For instance, a guy having sex, I mean, you don't want to rush that. If you do, then that tells me a lot about what kind of person, that person is on both sides, man and woman. Everything takes its time. You want to eat a good steak, it takes time for it to cook. It's the same damn thing we're doing here. We're cooking. All right, so to check the progress, you'll go down here on the bottom. For as long as this is moving, that means it's not locked. Everything is good. It's refreshing the track list of collection view. That's what it's saying. So it's gonna build everything. It's analyzing all my almost 5 terabytes worth of music and music videos. Give me a snack. Let's ensure that, yep, we're up to date on the 2.4. I can't see, it's right there. 2.4. And yeah, it's analyzing all my stuff. Once it gets done, I'm gonna go through all the settings and my drive information to see if nothing has been moved, because there has been some people saying and complaining that a bunch of stuff was moved, or there was no cue points. Again, I just got through redoing all of my drives, so I'm gonna go in there and start setting cue points or whatever, depending on what I'm using. I still have to add on my sound switch lighting software information, because I have to redo everything there. And I'm gonna do another video on that as well. Later on, we'll go through my L8 Community Edition 3D visualizer, which is one of the cheapest out there to be able to utilize with sound switch. And once I figure that out, I'll be putting out some videos on it. And then we'll go through Virtual DJ and Serato and see what's new, what's changed. So it's 104. It's still doing its work. It's been a while since we downloaded it. And it's cool that I'm able to do this now. That way I'll be ready for whenever my clients call. At least I'll be ready with my music selection. Well, I don't want to make it like too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause. And once it's up and running, then I'll continue to do a follow through with this new engine OS 2.4.0. All right, so I started this with the download for the 2.4.0. Excuse me. Wow, excuse me. Oh, excuse me, Dr. Pepper, DP. All right, so I started this shortly after 1 o'clock p.m., right? And again, we're almost working with 5 terabytes worth of music and music videos, whatever, right? So we have got some progress to where now it's updating the track list, it's saving track data, and that's what it's doing. It's continually doing this, and this is happening the way that it is because I've already done the majority of it in the previous version, which the previous version that I had officially was version 2.3.2. And that's even the same case on my Prime 4. I'm actually going to be taking out my Prime 4 and we're going to be redoing that. And I'm going to show y'all how to do that if y'all don't know how to do it. So, thanks a lot to my Pivo camera because that's how we're doing this video. And, you know, we're going to be going through a couple of little things in this video to help everybody get up to speed, so to speak, and doing whatever it is that they're doing. All right, so it seems that everything is already finished. There are some things here that, I don't know. It didn't analyze all of my stuff, which is, I don't know, it's weird. Okay, so as far as the my settings for even whenever you have any denim products, it'll ask you like as far as like what do they call that? Jesus Christ, I lost track of train of thought. But there's a deal to where if more than one user is using your stuff, then this is why you do this here whenever you're analyzing, and everything is going to be however it is until you change it, and it's either it's new or you duplicate the profile. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. All right, so as you can see, it's already done the majority of all my work. The only thing is that when I go all the way to the top, some of these are not on here for whatever reason. Okay, so this is why. All right, and I'm glad that this is happening here, because if it's corrupted, then we don't need to mess with anything that's corrupted. All right, so the majority, whenever you have waveforms like this, that's a good thing. And I don't have any kind of a sound switch information, which is labeled right here by the little SS. I don't know if you can see. No, y'all can't see it. Let me see. The little SS. If you go down the line, you'll see preview, art, title, artist, album, length, BPM, key, rating, grid, packed. This symbol is SS for those of y'all familiar with lighting software by Denon's parent company, in brand music or in music brand or something like that, because they're all owned by the same Newmark, Denon, SoundSwitch. Genre, file type, and I think that's it. But SoundSwitch is a very, very good lighting software program, and it allows you to synchronize light shows, create light shows, and all that good stuff. So let's test first of all how a lot of people are saying that they could not get their cue points on point, and mine's on point. So I don't know. And this is just nothing but laptop. So it's all good. So if you happen to have a song and it doesn't have a preview on the side of it, a preview wave, 9 times out of 10, it's no good. So it's gonna come up as failed to load track to deck one because that's what we're working on. I just have one deck, not two, on here. File may be corrupt or format is unsupported. So it's not typically always a corruption deal, it's a format. So 9 times out of 10, this is not going to be good. You can right click and it'll have analyze tracks, re-import track information, remove from collection, or show in Explorer. Let's see if I show in Explorer, it's going to show me where it's at. Okay, there it is. All right, so let me see if it'll play here. First of all, let's get this information on here. Let's see what's going on. So it's an MP3, so it should be good. And yep, we can't open this because this file may be unsupported or the extension. Okay, so when I did this, I must have not downloaded it the correct way. So it's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this since I've already seen it there in my Explorer. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it from the collection. And it's removed. This one is also not gonna be on there. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show this on Explorer as well. Let me go ahead and get this off. Download all, for the most part, it's working good, I would say. And yep, the format seems to be good. It's showing MP3, but I probably changed the name of it. That's what it is. That's why it's not opening. But it's all good. I am not tripping. I have another copy here. Okay, so with that being said, I can go ahead and erase this. I'm gonna go ahead and just remove it from the collection. And I'm gonna pause because I'm gonna go through each and every one of them and I'll be back. All right, so I'm back and I'm just gonna go and show you what it actually takes to go through all of these. Right now, the ones that are not showing up are very sporadic. So what I'm choosing to do is double checking after it shows me that, hey, show me my file on Explorer. And I'm erasing everything that is not good on here. Because one of the things with Engine OS, which is a beautiful thing, and thanks a lot for all the DJs at Denon DJ that are helping this actually be accomplished for us, especially for a lot of people migrating from other types of DJ equipment and software, whatever, to this and giving this a shot. Is that, for example, I don't have that much corruption on here, which is cool. And I always do take this time to run through all my stuff and see what the hell is, wrong, and double checking everything, triple checking everything, because the last thing that I want to do is have some kind of a mishap, or you try to load some song, say that you got it, and it's not working because of this, So this program, this software is very, very good. And it has more pros than it does cons. I'll just say that. I've been messing with these since late 2019 was my first experience back in the digital DJ world, so to speak. And out of all the big companies out there, I chose Denon and my Prime 4 to go ahead and do it with. And I'm happy and I'm pleased, no matter what BS we've been going through. And um, it's helped me to learn a lot. I've been DJing since I was 14 years old back in '86. And I ended up going to Supermats in May of 2011 to 2016. And during that time, all of my DJ stuff got stolen. It's unfortunate for me, but I mean, some lucky bastard, got lucky with almost 3 decades worth of vinyl.
I text you, Sheila. What are you doing?
Oh,
What are
my brother. Baby brother is always a trip. All right, so yeah, a lot of stuff got stolen. And, it took me a few years to get back in the game after trying to get everything uh, worked out. And yeah, it was a learning process. The thing that helped me though was that I had experience under my belt already, and it was scary. I mean, the same damn thing. Like when I first started, there was nobody around to teach me how to do any of this stuff, and I was like, well, damn, you know, how in the hell do I learn this all over again? And back then, since a lot of this stuff was actually new, I couldn't find no information on the internet or YouTube. And that's why I chose to do what I do today. And I actually choose to do it in real time, since everybody on YouTube or any social media platform can actually skip ahead if y'all don't want to hear my boring voice or see whatever the hell I'm doing. It's up to you. I really don't give a damn. I'm not a I'm not a king. I can't force anybody to do something that they don't want. And if you haven't figured that out by now, then I mean, I feel sorry for you. But yeah, so I like doing stuff in real time so that people can see what it actually takes. And that way there's no misinformation, there's no miscommunication, there's no confusion. This is how it's done. It works, and I'm showing you that it works. And nobody's BSing, because there was some pretty helpful information, when I was in it and I was trying to find it, to the point that it, I was experienced enough to know how to connect the dots. I'll say that. And when I finally figured that out, I'm like, well, damn, nobody's making it. There was no videos anywhere, and believe me, I spent a lot of time trying to find out certain information, because I'm very picky about the stuff that I do. And even with the all this stuff that I'm doing right now, I actually learned a lot of these things just trial and error. And I was hell, I was lucky, to say the least, to even understand it. So okay, so this one, it didn't come out that it was corrupted, but there's nothing playing whatsoever. So I'm gonna go ahead and have it show it to me on Explorer. Show in Explorer. Let's see where we're at with Roberta. Where's Roberta? Okay, so it's not acting the way that I want it to. So I'm gonna try this again. Show me in Explorer. It's just saying that it's here. Okay, here we go. Alright, so alright, so I can't even control this track. So I'm just gonna go ahead and eliminate it. Ain't no sense in trying to do something and force something where it's just not gonna be good. Okay, there it goes. Bam. All right, cool. So yeah, learning about all of this was and still is a good experience even at my age. I'm 50, and now with the coming year half in June 22nd I'll be 51. And you have to be passionate about something and pursue it. All right, so I'm gonna save that here. And look, it's crazy because it says it's corrupted, but yet it was playing on my whatchamacallit. So I'm gonna go ahead and show it here on Explorer. We'll do it again. It's weird, you know. Then you get stuff like this, and it's weird. It's unsupported here for whatever reason. All right, we're gonna go ahead and remove this. And you know, it's cool learning about all of these technology things. Okay, this is weird. Okay, so I have video, but it's not working, you know. So I got so much stuff now that it doesn't pain me to get rid of certain things. And if I really need it, I mean, I can always go back and get it. Make sure that it works. And you know, honestly, you don't, since it's yours and it's your company. You know, whenever you're doing what you're doing, you're the one that's putting your name out there. See, no sound. All right, so yeah, I'm not gonna mess with this one either. It's not all of them, because I can prove to you it's not all of them. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna eliminate this one. And that's what's so good about Engine DJ Oz. See, had it not been for this, I would never know that there's something going on with my stuff. And even at that, like here, show it to me, it might show a video, but I don't have no music. So, you know, in fact, it's helping me sift through my vast library, and it's telling me, hey, there's something wrong here. You know, you need to check it out. And a lot of times that's why it takes long in analyzing, because it's picking up something that's not right. I guarantee you, once I go through the rest of my library and I can double check, you know, without a doubt that, hey, you know, there is something actually wrong, it's gonna load up pretty damn quick. See, like a lot of these songs, they don't have any sound whatsoever. Video, but no sound. So again, I'm removing it from my collection. We'll go down through some of it, you know, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I have more or not. Normally, in my experience, when something like this has happened, the ones that haven't been analyzed are always on the top, or corrupted, or you know, whatever the case may be. In this case, I mean, it's, as you can see in real time, it's not failing. The 2.4 is actually working, and it's doing its job. So each time it's doing this, it's letting me know, hey, there's something wrong. You need to check this out. It don't even like for each track. It's not taking me that long as far as going in there, checking it, double checking it before I erase it, and then getting it out of my collection. I'm gonna show y'all how to do this and what's the differences between you actually having it analyzed 100% and just doing a regular analyzing where you're not going to get the complete metadata that's required for doing everything else, which is at your disposal. And again, it's doing its job, because it's actually helping me sift through some of my library that I was unaware that there was stuff wrong with it. So the way that I'm doing this, and to ensure that once I reanalyze again, that I don't have corrupted tracks again, I'm I'm doing the double clicking to load onto my deck. If it doesn't load, then I'll go to Show in Explorer, and I'll double click the folder that's shown in Explorer that's corrupted or it's not supported by Nginx for whatever reason, and I'll delete it, and then I'll come back here and I'll remove from my collection. That's my process for cleaning up my library. And I'm going to utilize that on every folder that I have. And again, I do this on my downtime whenever I actually have time to do, this and to help out other people while in the process of still having to do everything else that I got to do because I redid everything from scratch. The reason I had redone everything from scratch because I actually went through a couple issues with the previous versions, the 2.3.1 and the 2.3.2. I reached out to Den and DJ and I voiced my frustration and my opinions with that. Not to say, not to take anything away from the good people out there, but it's like, hey man, somebody over there's just slipping and y'all ain't doing your damn job. You need to go in there and you need to double check and triple check just like we do because we need a better workflow. If you want us using your stuff, we need better workflow, no matter what. Without the proper workflow, none of this crap works for us. It's pointless. So once I voiced my opinion on that, that actually they reached out to me and it really pisses me off because this idiot that we had in office prior, to the one that's having to fix all the bullshit that Trump did. Trump himself, was the reason that we're all in this damn boat dealing with all this shit where you can't get a hold of anybody anywhere anymore. Nobody wants to work. Everybody's depending on the government trying to do something and save them. And it's just, me, it's personally, it's a bunch of BS. I started working in construction, helping my dad out when I was 12 years old. Still going to school. Still went to college, trade school. And I've learned a lot of stuff thanks to my family my dad, thanks to you know the schools, the colleges and stuff where I was at. Hell, I even learned in prison, believe it or not. I read so many damn law library books. I read the whole damn. I read so much crap, it's ridiculous. Surprised my brain did not explode. And yeah, so you learn and you get good at whatever you're not comfortable with. And obviously, in the digital realm, I hated it. You can ask anybody that really knows me that knew that when I DJ'd that I did not agree with the way things were because hey, to me it was a form of cheating. We did everything with four turntables, and as a matter of fact, I never had a set of Techniques 1200s. But shortly after I started DJing in '86 and '88, straight from Japan, it took back then almost about a month. I think it was a month, a little over a month, to get my four new Techniques 1210s, and they were all chromed out. And I used them up until I went on this small vacation, and then they were stolen from me. Sucks, really sucks. Those were my babies. But yeah, some punk ass bastard somewhere got really lucky. And, you know, out of everything, and I've gone through many, many things, Vestats, Gemini, uh, Pioneer, besides Techniques, Newmark. Well, the best ones back then was just Techniques, Newmark, and Vestats, I think, for me. But, Stanton, everybody else, I mean, you name it up, I probably have owned it or definitely have used it. But there was a reason that I chose the Prime 4, and that was way before they came out with so many good features on it. All right, so as you can see, we're not going to go through all my stuff, but the majority seems to be clean now. All right, so let me see. Let's go over here to my 60s and 70s collection. It's saying that, I have 2,000 tracks on this one. If I go all the way down, I mean, it's going to pick everything up. This is a pretty decent computer. All right, cool. 70s, 74 tracks. That's not too much, but I'm trying to see, because I know that I haven't analyzed a lot of this stuff in my sound switch, but I'm trying to verify and make sure that everything is the way that it should be. Yeah, I eliminated all of my information on my sound switch, so I'm gonna have to redo my sound switch. This '90s folder has over 10,000 tracks in it. House music, West Coast rap. I got everything. Okay, one of the folders that I know for a fact that's gonna have maybe will have some sound switch information is going to be the first actual drive that I started with, which was a 1 terabyte drive. A lot of this music I barely got, and I have not had a chance to run it through sound switch. So let's creep down to it. I'm just double checking all my. You see, after doing the corruption stuff and eliminating, the majority of everything comes up good. I mean, for as long as you have a preview waveform, you should be good. And this is the importance of analyzing. You have all of this metadata, especially the BPM. I like sorting my stuff from the lowest BPM to the highest on all my folders. But you can actually do it alphabetical order by artist, title, um, genres, whatever is your flavor. That's how it's gonna be, configured. And if you don't run it the way that I'm telling you, you'll run into a lot of issues while you're doing your live event. And depending on how quick your system is, it's going to determine, hey, the time that's going to be spent in actually doing what you need to do. Which once you, I don't know if you're like me. Once you get started, I mean, you're busy. You don't even have time to take pictures or videos of everything that you're doing. For me, that's going to change though, because I'm going to end up incorporating my Pivo into everything that I'm doing, using a NDI so I can use my iPhone as a second camera, and also utilizing my camera for my for from my laptop. Okay, so yeah, I'm going through every folder, and every folder seems to be checking out good. There is nothing wrong that I can tell. We'll find out once I connect it to my Prime 4, and then I update the Prime 4, which I'm gonna do everything in this video. I wish I knew. Okay, well, yeah, we're almost about an hour in this video. I'm gonna try to keep it under an hour. So yeah, for all of those people that were having some issues, I mean, I can't tell what kind of issues y'all were having. Honestly, I can't. And I don't have that many Q points anywhere. I know for a fact my first drive is gonna have tons of Q points. I did see some of my tracks that did have Q points on them, because you can tell from the waveform. But again, I'm redoing all my drives. I mean, you know what? I gotta rename some of these things. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna rename this one too. It's got a symbol that I don't like on there. The rest look good. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Okay. Alright, everything's checking out. Mariachis, I mean, all my folders seem to be in order. I honestly don't know, for those people that were on the forums on Facebook and everything else. Um, I don't know. I don't know if y'all just really don't know what y'all are doing, but I'm glad that I'm doing this video in real time, so y'all can actually skip through whatever part in this video that y'all want. Y'all can slow it down. Y'all can screenshot it. Y'all can screen record it like we can on our iPhones, and you can get all this information and replay it as many times as you want, and to help you if you get stuck with whatever you're doing. But yeah, everything for me seems to be working perfect. I mean, I don't know. Y'all are a trip. And I just redid this whole drive. I mean, it took me a while. Between working and just, being home late, staying back here in the studio for, I don't know, it's past midnight to almost 3 in the morning certain days, to ensure that this is actually going to be working the way that it needs to work. Yeah, and so far, so good. And again, the only reason that this seems to be going pretty quick is because I had already done the analyzing in the previous version, and I didn't want to do the 2.4 update until I was done doing what I needed to do. Because, if anything, I can always revert back to the previous, version that I did, whatever the hell I did in. But as of right now, everything seems to be good. The only thing that I'm concerned about is my sound switch information, but that honestly was going to change no matter what, because now I have to incorporate my fog machine, which is my ADJ on tour chill, to help me do some badass light shows with fog. And yeah, I don't see any corruption on my music whatsoever. And some of these folders are pretty damn big. My videos are coming out, clean. My music is coming out clean. I don't see anything that's where people are saying that it's failing on me or it's just not working. I mean, I really don't know how they're, people, y'all have to load up a video and show us, explain to us more instead of just, the little bitty stuff that y'all do. Okay, so we're at my first drive, and this one should have had some information with my sound switch, but not really, because I did erase everything. When I say that I erased everything, I erased everything. So I can go back and do all my shows, whatever. I am not tripping. Yeah, everything's working good here. I would have been surprised if I would have found something with some sound switch information. But yeah, no, there's no sound switch information. I'm gonna have to redo all of my stuff, literally. All right, which is cool. I am not tripping. So that was all my drive. So yeah, everything was good. Let me see. What the heck was I using right now? I did come out and did something to where I had some key points right now. Let me see if I can remember which one it was. I think it was the wedding line dance. Okay, yeah. So I had done this one, and yeah, it saves my key points. So honestly, I mean, I don't know. People are just complaining. I really don't know. I don't know what to say. All right, so that concludes me going through the engine 2.4, at least for the software.